Hey, so in this video, we're going to take a look at questions 10, 11, and 12. So we're still solving, but now instead of solving an equation, we're looking at solving an inequality. So the rules are still the same. I'm still going to use inverse operations. I want to move my negative 12, so the inverse would be to add 12 to both sides. When we do that, I'm left with 4x. My 12s cancel out. My inequality is still greater than or equal to, and we're left with 32. Next step would be to divide everything by 4 because that's the inverse here. Whenever you have a variable with a coefficient, multiplication is implied. So the inverse is to divide. 4 divided by 4 reduces to a 1, so we're left with 1x, or I could just say x is greater than or equal to 8. This number line is telling us at the 8, wherever we choose to write the 8, I have my circle, but because it's greater than or equal to, I'm going to close my circle, so I do that by filling it in. And since it's greater than, remember, before 8 is 7, 6, 5. After 8 is that 9, 10, 11, 12, so on. If I want all the numbers greater than or equal to 8, that's going to be over to the right side. And notice this arrow on the number line mirrors the symbol for the greater than symbol. In words, we're talking about all real numbers greater than or equal to 8. So that's what we would write. Done. Okay, number 11. 11's a little different. We have some negatives going on, but that's okay because the general process is still the same. Still going to draw my little dotted line through the symbol so I know inverse operations, and I still want to get my variables over on the left side. So first, moving my negative 4x because I'm going from one side to the other. Inverse operation means I'm going to go ahead and add. So I add my 4x to both sides. After that, this leaves me with 5x plus 3 is greater than, these cancel out, so I have a negative 7. Be careful you include that sign. You don't want to forget it. My goal is to still get the variable by itself, so I want to move my 3. I do that by subtracting 3 on both sides. So now I have 5x, my 3's cancel out, is greater than negative 10. Hold up. And going back, I have a negative 9 plus 4x should be a negative 5x. So this is a negative 5x that I'm bringing down. Now I can divide by that negative 5. So it's really good that I was looking at my work here, because this is important, because whenever you divide by a negative, that inequality symbol is going to flip around because you divide it by a negative. Not only that, but a negative 10 divided by a negative 5 becomes a positive 2. So very careful, very important to make sure we keep an eye on those signs. That could have been the difference in getting a test question correct or incorrect. Okay, so at my 2, I have an open circle. I'm not going to fill it in because the symbol's not underlined. Since it's less than, all the numbers less than 2 fall to the left. And notice this arrow once again mirrors the symbol. Okay? In words, we're talking about all real numbers less than 2. Okay, last one. Thank you for hanging in. Now, we did talk about this last one in class, so I hope that you got it in class, but I know, life happens. Sometimes we get a little distracted or difficulties reading our own handwriting. So here, this 3, because it's right outside the parenthesis, needs to be distributed to both of those terms inside. So this is going to leave me with 3p minus 6. But the rest of the problem is going to stay the same. Now, because I have 3 terms here, but 2 of them have that variable of p, so I can combine them. Now when we combine them, I take this positive 3p, and I'm going to combine it with this minus 7p. Always take the sign in front. So 3p minus 7p gives us a negative 4p. So those were taken care of. My negative 6 is still there, less than positive 6 still there. Next step, because we want to isolate the p, I'm going to add 6 to both sides. When I do that, I'm left with negative 4p. These cancel out. It is less than 12. Last step is going to be to divide by a negative 4 on both sides, leaving us with p dividing by a negative. So once again, that symbol flips around. So p is greater than negative 3. So once again, on the number line, here's my negative 3. It's greater than, so no open circle, shading to the right. Our answer in words would be all real numbers greater than negative 3. Right, I hope that helps. Process for solving an inequality is the exact same as solving an equation. The only difference, if you divide by a negative, you reverse the symbol. All right, good luck on tomorrow's test.